Have you ever wondered what life might be like if you find yourself alone in your later years? It's a thought many people avoid until it becomes reality. When loved ones move away, close friends pass on, and the days grow quieter than ever before. The truth is, aging alone can be one of life's most difficult transitions, but it doesn't have to be empty or painful. In fact, with the right mindset and meaningful daily practices, you can shape a life that is both fulfilling and deeply rewarding, even when you're on your own. In this video, we're going to explore 6 essential things you should do every single day if you find yourself growing older alone. These habits aren't just about staying busy, they're about keeping your mind sharp, your body active, your emotions strong, and your spirit engaged. The difference between feeling lonely and enjoying peaceful solitude often comes down to the choices you make each day. So if you want to avoid regret, sadness, and emotional isolation, stick with me to the end. These 6 practices could completely shift the way you experience aging, helping you live a life that's rich, meaningful, and truly your own. Let's dive in. Number 1. Establish a consistent daily routine. Waking up without a plan can leave you feeling unmotivated, aimless, and emotionally disconnected. As you age, having a daily routine becomes one of the most valuable tools to create a sense of purpose and momentum. A routine isn't about filling every hour with tasks. It's about providing structure, anchoring your day, and giving you something to look forward to. One of the most common mistakes people make as they age is letting the hours blend together. Without work obligations, caregiving duties, or social appointments, it's easy to let days pass without direction. But when you intentionally shape your day, you take charge of your time rather than drifting through it. Your routine doesn't have to be complex or rigid. What matters is including activities that bring you joy, stimulate your mind, and give you balance. A strong morning routine is especially helpful. It sets the tone for everything that follows. Waking up at the same time, making your bed, preparing a healthy breakfast, and getting outside for fresh air can make a significant difference in how you feel mentally and physically. Take Samuel, a 76-year-old retired engineer. After his wife passed away, he found himself waking at random hours, skipping meals, and spending too much time zoned out in front of the TV. The days felt empty, and the loneliness was difficult to bear. But once he decided to build a daily routine, things began to change. Samuel started waking early, going for a short morning walk, cooking his meals, and scheduling regular phone calls with his family. With that structure in place, his days felt more purposeful, his mind became clearer, and life no longer felt like something he was simply waiting to pass by. A routine helps anchor you, especially during times when life feels unpredictable or isolating. It helps remove that lingering sense of emptiness by making sure that every day has direction, rhythm, and a sense of purpose. Even the most basic routines, like watering plants at a scheduled time, playing your favorite music in the evening, or writing in a journal before going to bed, can offer deep comfort and a sense of regularity. If you ever feel like your days are just drifting by or that life is missing structure, begin with something manageable. Create a written morning plan. Organize your meals in advance. Block out time specifically for rest, hobbies, or creative outlets. What matters is making intentional choices about your day rather than allowing time to pass without thought. A meaningful routine doesn't just fill your schedule. It adds shape, value, and forward movement to your daily life. Number 2, prioritize daily physical activity. One of the biggest missteps people often make with age is slowing down too much. While some decrease in energy is natural, staying active is one of the best ways to feel youthful and capable. It's not about appearances. It's about preserving strength, mental clarity, and personal independence. When physical activity is reduced, you begin losing muscle mass, flexibility, and endurance, which can eventually lead to declining health and function. But here's the encouraging part. You don't need intense workouts or gym memberships to stay in shape. Simple, steady movement every day has a lasting impact. A short walk, light stretches, or just standing and moving more often can enhance circulation, support muscle tone, and keep your joints from stiffening. The aim is to stay physically engaged so that everyday actions, like standing from a chair, climbing stairs, or lifting groceries, remain smooth and manageable. Take Margaret, a 78-year-old former librarian. After she retired, she found herself becoming less and less active, spending long hours sitting and doing very little physical movement. At first, it didn't seem to matter, but over time, basic tasks like reaching down or walking long distances began to feel more difficult. She told herself, maybe this is just aging. But after joining a local walking group and incorporating gentle morning stretches into her routine, she noticed an improvement almost immediately. Her energy increased, her posture improved, and she even found that she was sleeping better at night. Movement isn't something to do now and then. It's a daily necessity. Even for those with limited mobility, there are still accessible options. Exercises from a chair, water-based activities, or even repetitions of sitting and standing can help you maintain strength and boost circulation. The key is treating movement like part of your daily rhythm, just like meals or rest. Another major advantage: physical movement is one of the most powerful ways to protect brain function. Studies have consistently shown that staying active can reduce the risk of dementia and mental decline. Every time you move, you're not only building physical strength, you're stimulating the brain, reducing stress, and keeping your thinking sharp. If you've been inactive for some time, don't worry. Begin with small steps. Take a 5-minute stroll. Do a few easy stretches when you wake up. Even some basic housework that keeps you on your feet can count toward daily movement. The secret lies in consistency. The more regularly you move, the more natural it becomes. And soon you'll notice yourself feeling stronger, healthier, and more energized each day. If you're still watching and finding this video helpful, go ahead and comment number 2 below so I know you're following along. And if you haven't subscribed yet, be sure to hit that button and turn on notifications so you never miss an upload. Your support allows us to keep sharing content that informs and encourages you. Now let's keep going. Number 3, maintain social connections. One of the most difficult parts of growing older alone is the slow fading of social interaction. Friends relocate, family members get busy with their own responsibilities, and gradually, solitude becomes more frequent. But isolation poses a serious risk, not just emotionally but physically. Research shows that chronic loneliness can be as detrimental to your health as obesity or smoking, raising the likelihood of heart issues, depression, and even memory loss. Here's the bright side. Loneliness doesn't have to be inevitable. Staying socially active is a decision and one of the most impactful habits you can include in your daily life. Even small connections, a quick call, chatting with a neighbor, or a short exchange while out shopping can boost your emotional health and brighten your day. We are wired for connection, and nurturing relationships is just as essential as eating well or staying physically fit. Consider Leonard, an 80-year-old widower. After losing his wife, he slowly withdrew, spending hours watching television and waiting for someone to reach out. He convinced himself that his kids were busy, his friends had moved on, and he didn't want to inconvenience anyone. Over time, that isolation began to take a toll, both mentally and emotionally, and even everyday tasks felt increasingly burdensome. Then something shifted. Leonard made a choice to reach outward. He started reconnecting with an old friend once a week, joined a local group for seniors, and even registered for an online chess league. Within a few months, he felt more engaged, more positive, and more connected than he had in years. Staying socially involved doesn't require big gatherings or noisy crowds. It's about creating moments of connection, small, intentional interactions that remind you you're not alone. Whether it's texting someone, inviting a neighbor for coffee, or joining a group centered on your hobbies, the important part is making connection a regular part of your life. Even if close friends or family don't live nearby, modern technology makes it easier than ever to stay in touch. Video chats, online groups, and social platforms offer ways to engage, no matter your location. Many older adults have discovered a renewed sense of community through virtual connections, proving that distance doesn't have to limit meaningful relationships. We live in a time where connection is always possible, but you have to be open to taking that first step. At the end of the day, loneliness isn't simply about being by yourself. It's about feeling cut off. And the most effective way to combat that feeling is by choosing to reach out and participate in the world around you every single day. The more often you reach out, the more natural it becomes. And before long, you'll find yourself surrounded by a circle of people who bring joy, conversation, and a renewed sense of purpose to your daily life. Number 4, keep your mind active. A common mistake many people make as they grow older is allowing their mental sharpness to fade along with physical activity. It's often believed that cognitive decline is just part of aging, but in truth, your brain thrives when it's challenged. Just like your body weakens without regular use, your mind can lose its edge when it isn't stimulated consistently. Here's the good news. You have the ability to keep your mind sharp, focused, and engaged, regardless of your age. Mental stimulation doesn't have to mean solving difficult math problems or diving into complex subjects. It's about doing things that make you think, stretch your imagination, and spark curiosity. Reading, exploring a new hobby, playing brain games, journaling, or engaging in meaningful conversations are excellent ways to strengthen your memory and keep your mind alert. Consider Ellen, a 74-year-old retired teacher. After she stepped away from the classroom, she began spending most of her time in front of the television. She started noticing little memory slips, forgetting where she placed items or what she needed at the grocery store. Concerned about her mental clarity, she decided to make a shift. She picked up her favorite books again, started her mornings with crossword puzzles, and even enrolled in an online Spanish course. Within weeks, she felt a noticeable improvement. Her concentration got better, her conversations became more lively, and she found herself energized by learning something new. Your brain works like a muscle. The more you challenge it, the stronger and more adaptable it becomes. One of the most effective ways to exercise your mind is by stepping into unfamiliar territory. Picking up an instrument, experimenting with a craft, or simply changing your routine can spark new neural pathways and keep your brain resilient. And this isn't only about staying mentally alert. Engaging your mind helps push back against boredom and emotional stagnation. When you're learning, creating, or exploring new ideas, you tap into a sense of achievement. That forward momentum, no matter how small, gives you something to look forward to each day. If you're still here and enjoying this content, please comment number 4 below so I know you're with us. And if you haven't done so yet, don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss another video. Your support helps us continue producing thoughtful, encouraging content that makes a difference. Now let's continue. Number 5, practice gratitude and reflection. One of the most powerful habits you can develop each day to cultivate a sense of peace and fulfillment is the act of gratitude. As we grow older, it's easy to dwell on the things we've lost. Loved ones, experiences, youthful energy, or physical health. But focusing on what remains can dramatically change how you feel and how you live. Gratitude isn't about pretending life is always easy. It's about making a conscious choice to recognize the good that's still present, even during hard times. Taking just a few moments each day to focus on what you're thankful for can elevate your mood, lower stress levels, and even benefit your physical health. Research has shown that individuals who consistently practice gratitude report lower rates of anxiety and depression, better sleep, and a stronger sense of meaning in their lives. And the best part? It's simple, completely free, and takes only a few minutes a day. Consider Walter, a 79-year-old retired firefighter. After his wife passed away, he found himself consumed by loneliness, reliving old memories and feeling like the joy had drained from life. But things began to shift when he started keeping a gratitude journal. Every morning he jotted down 3 things he appreciated, sometimes big things like his grandchildren's laughter, and sometimes small comforts, like the warmth of his morning coffee. Over time, his mindset changed. He still missed his wife deeply, but instead of being stuck in loss, he started embracing what remained. Reflection is just as valuable as gratitude. Setting aside time each day to breathe, sit quietly, and process your emotions can bring a greater sense of calm and clarity. Whether through prayer, quiet meditation, or simply sitting outside to observe nature, daily reflection helps reset your mind, reduce inner noise, and focus on what really matters. If you're new to practicing gratitude, begin with something simple. At the start or end of your day, take a moment to recall 3 things that lifted your spirit. Maybe it was a kind smile, a delicious meal, or a song that brought back good memories. The more you train your thoughts to seek out the positive, the easier it becomes to find contentment in everyday life. Life will always bring trials, but your sense of peace isn't based solely on what happens to you, but on how you choose to respond. By making gratitude and reflection part of your daily rhythm, you'll find that even in quiet moments, you are never truly alone. Number 6, find ways to help others. One of the most powerful ways to overcome loneliness and rediscover meaning is by reaching out to help someone else. It might feel counterintuitive, especially when you're going through a tough time, but offering kindness to others can bring healing and joy to your own heart. Helping others doesn't require grand gestures. It could be as simple as calling a neighbor to check in, volunteering at a local shelter, sharing life lessons with a younger person, or offering a compliment to a stranger. The goal is to make acts of kindness a regular part of your routine, a reminder that you still have insight, compassion, and something meaningful to contribute. Take Helen, an 82-year-old former nurse. After leaving her career behind, she felt adrift. Her children were busy with their own lives, her circle of friends had diminished, and some days passed with barely a conversation. But rather than allowing loneliness to take over, she chose to begin volunteering at a neighborhood food pantry. What started as just a few hours a week quickly turned into something she eagerly anticipated each day. She built new friendships, felt a renewed sense of purpose, and most importantly, discovered a fulfilling reason to get up in the morning. The act of giving naturally builds connection. It shifts your attention away from your own worries and toward creating positive impact, even in small ways. Whether it's sharing your wisdom, offering someone your time, or simply greeting someone with a smile, helping others is a gentle reminder that your presence still matters deeply. And even if mobility or health challenges limit your options, there are still meaningful ways to contribute. Writing heartfelt notes to old friends, mentoring others through virtual platforms, or being a supportive voice to someone who needs encouragement, these are all simple ways to give back. Giving adds meaning to your days, fueling your spirit and enriching your sense of purpose. If you're still here and finding this message helpful, please leave a comment with number 6 to let me know you're still with us. And if you haven't subscribed yet, don't forget to click subscribe and turn on notifications. It helps us continue delivering thoughtful content that educates and uplifts. Now let's wrap up. Final thoughts. As we bring this video to a close, take a few quiet moments to consider the 6 daily practices we've explored. Growing older alone doesn't have to lead to feelings of emptiness. The truth is, it's the small, purposeful decisions you make each day that shape whether your life feels isolated or full of meaning. Whether it's building a steady routine, moving your body regularly, maintaining social connections, challenging your mind, focusing on gratitude, or offering kindness to others, these practices can truly reshape your experience of aging and bring richness and joy to your life. The reality is that while we can't always influence our external circumstances, we can always choose how we respond. Life evolves, people come and go, but your ability to cultivate joy, connection, and purpose rests in your own hands. By embracing these habits, you'll find that solitude doesn't have to equal loneliness. You still have so much to give, so much to enjoy, and countless reasons to wake up each morning with hope and gratitude. If today's video spoke to you, ask yourself, which one of these 6 habits can I begin today? You don't need to overhaul your entire routine. Even a single step forward can spark a lasting shift in your outlook and quality of life. Thank you so much for spending time with us. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Drop a comment below and let us know one insight you're taking away and how you plan to put it into practice. Your voice matters, and reading your reflections truly inspires us. If you found value in this video, please like, share, and subscribe. Your encouragement keeps us going and allows us to keep producing content that supports and empowers you. Thanks again for watching. We look forward to seeing you in the next video.